Hey everybody, this is Threshold Training's workout day for Tuesday, August 18th. So today's workout is a chipper style workout. We're going to complete a body of work for time. And we have 4 different movements we're going to go over, and it's going to be in a inverted U style format, so not a flying V, inverted U. The design of this workout is for you to move at an even-keeled pace, find a rhythm early, and to keep your pace constant and consistent over the entire body of work, versus going up, down, fast and slow, okay? Even-keeled. So, a lot of these movements should allow for that. If they aren't, we need to either change the load or change the box height. So, here's how it's going to work. We're going to start with 50 calories on the rower or an 800-meter run. If you didn't do yesterday, this could also be 40 to 50 burpees. Then 40 kettlebell swings, 30 weighted box step-ups. You will alternate legs. You will use a dumbbell holding on your shoulder in suitcase position in the back or on the front. You can hold it essentially wherever you'd like. 20 high box jumps. Okay, high relative to you and your box jump ability. Then we'll go back up. 30 weighted box step-ups, 40 kettlebell swings, 50 calorie row or 800-meter run. So movement-wise, for the calories on the rower, let's make sure that if we are rowing, we are finishing our stroke all the way back before our knees rebend. This way we're not taking little strokes, like so, or rebending our knees too early before our arms have a chance to complete the pull of the handle. And that doesn't mean you need to lean back all the way. It just means that you need to extend the knees, pull the arms close, keep the elbows low, pause for a second, then go back in. You're not rushing the stroke back in just to get lots of little ones. For calories, it pays off to do as little strokes as possible for the singular calorie, particularly when calories are this high. For our kettlebell swings today, you may also use a dumbbell if you're at home. Okay, if you're uncomfortable with a dumbbell going overhead, then we'll just go to eye level. But ideally, we're getting to an overhead position, or if you have a shoulder issue, you may also go to eye level. So for the kettlebell swings, we're looking for this movement to be a hinge style movement, which means we are karate chopping our waist in half like this. Our shoulders going to come over our toes, and then we come back up to standing. So it should really be the posterior chain, glutes and hamstrings are doing most of the work. So this is what it's going to look like. Okay, so as the dumbbell comes down, cut my waist in half, back stays flat, dumbbell stays close to my waist here. It's not all the way down by the floor. And I'm redirecting it really fast as it comes back down to my waist. From there, our weighted step-ups will be to a box. And hold the weight wherever I like. Okay, ideally, we're holding it with 2 hands so it's nice and secure. I'm going to step up with one leg all the way to the top before the opposite leg comes up. So that is to say I'm not shorting the rep. And then I'll alternate sides. So ideally this box height is about knee height or slightly above. Okay? We should feel like we can maintain a constant lean as we step up and come down. Versus having a constant lean to start, and then all of a sudden the lean comes a little farther forward or creates a smaller angle with our hip. It's very similar to how we might lean forward over our feet when we squat. Okay, very similar. Think about pulling your feet on the box like this to help get the hip underneath your shoulder early. We have 20 high box jumps. So again, choose a box height that is high relative to you. You may step down or jump down as needed. So I'm going to jump up to the box, stand tall, step down. also want you to keep in mind that we're not going to choose, ideally we're not choosing a box that's so high that we need to squat to when we land. Okay, that's telling us that instead of jumping per se, or using all of our jumping potential, we're just pulling our knees up to the box versus getting most of that jump with our jumping power. Okay, so we might get to a height that's too high for us to actually get the height needed off of our jump, and now we have to resort to pulling our legs up. Then we go back to our weighted box jumps, kettlebell swings, row. And we're gonna finish off the workouts with a Tabata. So singular Tabata, no Tabata 1.5. So remember, as a review, Tabata is 8 rounds of 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. Within that 20-second window, you're accumulating reps of a movement. Today, we're gonna alternate between 2 different movements. Those movements will be a cyclist squat and hamstring curls. So we'll need a plate or a book to elevate your heels for the cyclist squat. So you'll notice my feet are pretty close together. They can be touching, but if you need a little bit of separation, that's fine. The goal is not to just elevate the heels and go into a regular squat. It's to actually get our feet nice and close. And the goal is to push our knees beyond our toes to really load our quads. Okay, so I'll show you from the side how far my knees are going forward. Here. So I should feel really upright. Okay, my heels should still stay on the plate. And I'm going to go up and down, accumulating reps for that 20-second window. I'm going to use the same dumbbell I used for my box step-ups. Then I'm going to alternate with rower hamstring curls. Okay, because the transition from the cycle squat to the rower hamstring curls can be a little slow, and we don't want you to rush into the hamstring curls, the rest we're going to make a little bit longer. So 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off. So you have enough time to come onto the floor, like so. Put your heels on the seat of the rower, elevate your hips, tension through the abs, by pulling the ribs down, keeping your back flat on the floor. You don't need to raise up this high, you just need to raise up 1 inch off the floor, and then we're going to straighten our knees, bend our knees, straighten, bend. We're going to accumulate reps within the 20-second interval. Okay, so again, instead of 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, because we want the transition to be smooth and we don't want to have you rush it, we're going to do 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off, 8 times through, or 4 times per movement. Okay? So your goal is to try to keep the same number of reps each movement. So if I got 10 hamstring curls on my first interval, on my last interval of hamstring curls, I want you to get 10 reps as well. Okay? So that is our workout for Tuesday. Have an awesome Tuesday and have fun with this workout.